In morning stillness, Draper's senses tuned to atmospheres where soul and form communed. He moved through halls where vibe and funk entwined, and drama whispered stakes through light refined. No strain disturbed the harmony he knew. Each thread of tension sang in balanced hue, yet tone emerged, a tremor in the air, suggesting hidden structures, unaware. A question formed: what lay beneath the grace? What force arranged the rhythm, time, and place? And so began his long descent to seek the roots of atmosphere, its logic sleek. With tone in hand he shaped what once was sensed, made conscious that which once was uncondensed. He traced how vibe cohered the room's intent, how funk expressed, how drama's shape was bent. The pattern held, till flow began to slow, its subtle snags deranged the undertow. Where once clear signs had danced in open air, now signals stuttered, caught in crosswise glare. To know the way, he must decode the path by which coherence moved, through light or wrath. And so he leaned on flow, yet found it strained, its silent blockage not yet named, explained. In causal arcs, he sought to forge his grip, from vibe to funk to drama's tightened lip. He saw the order, clear, sequential, clean, how pressure rose from where the vibe had been. Yet trust now loomed, a specter on the breeze, unfelt before, now seen in quiet pleas. No flow, however smooth, could hold its line, if trust did not beneath the structure shine. The insight stung, the truth was built on sand, without a risk to open, none could stand. He turned to seek the root of courage's breath, the bond of risk that renders tone from death. Now trust unveiled a deeper, winding thread, where insight came not line by line but bled. He saw how vibe arose in nested loops, where openness and tone formed subtle groups. But then came rhythm, rising sharp and loud. A pulse that broke the stillness like a crowd. No longer was divergence lost in air. It stamped its feet, demanding heed and care. What seemed a single arc now looped and bent, where patterns swayed and structure paid the rent. He found in rhythm a new force to chart. That funk must dance to give the room a heart. In rhythm's beat he saw the shapes unfold. A freedom wrapped in patterns brave and bold. Not random noise but variation bound. To vibe's great frame divergence held its ground. Yet into rhythm's comfort slipped a tear. For tension sparked, a flame both sharp and rare. It pulled against the beat with sly dissent, demanding discord not be overspent. He faced the truth, no form can live too clean. The funk must crack to let its soul be seen. So tension entered not as foe but friend, a pressure bent on pushing through to blend. Now rhythm joined with tension's writhing line to form a dialectic near divine. Where beat and break entwined in living spark, the hero found expression in the dark. Yet something lacked, a voice, a point of view. Without a name, the chaos still felt new, and so from depths emerged the call, define, let signature through funk its line refine. No more could flair alone sustain the game. It needed soul, a center, and a name. The hero bowed to this most sacred call, to shape the self that dares to speak at all. With signature the harmony was crowned, each friction shaped, each rhythm firmly bound. Expression bore its mark, its source, its weight, and funk grew lush where once it feared its fate. But peace was short, for conflict made its move, a force not meant to break, but rather prove. The balance bent beneath its sharpened edge. Could harmony survive the fault line's wedge? The hero braced, for every triad learned may one day crack when opposites return. And from this rift he sought to know the role of drama's force upon the system's soul. Then conflict rose, not chaos but a flame. It named what hurt, what needed voice, what came. The hero found in drama's roaring tide a source of meaning systems could not hide. But soon he saw, some truths remained unseen. Without exposure, conflict stayed pristine. Unvoiced, unlit, it festered in the seam. Its silence sapped the drama of its dream. So truth must speak, though shame may guard the gate. He peeled the veil and let it show its weight. For only through the visible can stake be felt and broken bonds begin to wake. Exposure led to clarity once veiled, the drama surged, and falsity was scaled. But stakes, if vague, could rot the field with haste. What mattered most must never go to waste. Without their root, exposure lost its spark, and conflict dulled into a lifeless mark. He turned to depth, to ask not what but why, to feel the loss before the battle cry. And in that depth, he saw the path's own plea. The field must feel, or else it cannot be. With stakes now felt, he saw the binding thread, of vibe and funk and drama newly wed. They moved in patterns not from force or rule, but from the memory of a deeper school. Yet danger lurked in habits worn too well. Where once alive, the rhythm dulled to shell. He saw that reflex, once a path to light, could calcify and steal the system's sight, and so he stepped beyond the learnt refrain to seek the whole in joy, in loss, in strain. At last the parts stood open to the whole. The triads danced, responsive, brave, and whole. No thread alone could hold the system still. Together they transformed the latent will. Vibe sang with trust and tone in balanced song, while funk struck chords where tensions did belong. And drama, now with truth and stakes aligned, no longer broke, but tempered, shaped, refined. He did not rise to throne, nor claim a creed. He lived the field, responded to its need. The Dali Draper, no master from above, just a man who lived the system into love.